Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna fix this Game Boy Advance SP, which is actually the first Game Boy I've ever modded, and well, I made a big no-no. So let's dive right in and see what I've done wrong and how I fix it. This is my childhood Game Boy Advance, and during the COVID years I stumbled across a little channel on YouTube called The Retro Future, and I was very inspired by his work and his attitude on repairing and modding stuff. So I grabbed my old Game Boy Advance SP, which I got here, and I tried to fix it up. But unfortunately, I wasn't really prepared to do a full shell swap with stuff, and I figured to myself, well, I can paint it at least. And I sure did. So the main problem is I used some acrylic paint to do the paint job, and well, it only got downhill from there. There are a lot of problems with this Game Boy. I didn't let dry the paint. There are fingerprints all over it. The paint is chipped off like everywhere on the buttons. I also sprayed the rubber knobs and obviously the paint would stick to them. I also managed to make it harder to even turn the Game Boy on. So if you take a look right here. Oh boy. But it still works. So overall, what I wanted to say is that I did a horrible job with the Game Boy and it really deserves better. So actually I ordered a new shell, and today we're gonna put it out of this misery and put it into a new shell, which we take a look right now. So let's dive right in. I can't even get out the game. How did I do that? I don't want to destroy the Golden Sun game. Oh boy. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. I also put on too thick of a coat, and so the paint even would stick to the cartridge. Good job there. So just let us put that one aside for now and take a closer look on the new shell I've got. Oh, nice packaging. I couldn't resist and I got a Majora's Mask one, because The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is actually my favorite Zelda game. So I'm very pleased with that one. I need the smallest tri-wing screwdriver you've ever seen. And a Phillips head. There's so much paint on it, I can't even grab the screw right. Okay, there we go. Oh boy, I think this takes a while. As I painted the shell back then, I put in a new aftermarket battery, and it was such a tight fit that I can't get it out anymore. This is horrible. Oh my god. Don't try this at home. At least I got it out and it's in one piece. Just some cosmetic damage, I guess, but everything's intact. So then let's move on. That sounded great. But I think it's just, yeah. Okay. We are in. The PCB is fixed in with 3 more screws here. I also managed to scrape off the serial number the first time I open it up. Okay, so now let's have a look if I can just flip the board out. I need to be really careful here not to rip the ribbon cable. Now it's open. Okay, managed to get it out in one go. This is my PCB, which we need later. Ah, shoot. Now I remember, there's another tri-wing screw right here. So right underneath the ribbon cable, there's another tri-wing screw which prevents you from pushing the ribbon cable all the way through. So we need to remove that one. Otherwise we can get the ribbon cable out. There we go. Now the top should just pop out. if it wasn't baked in. Oh boy. Ah, there it goes flying. Screen's out. Everything's intact. Nothing's broken. So this button seems to be attached to the main board. So now I have to be really careful to strip the painting off with this knife, and I hope everything goes well. I really managed to make the most horrible paint job ever. So with the PCB and the screen cleaned with some IPA, now it is ready to be put into the new shell. Hello from the future. So this is where I realized that I had forgotten to put in the screen cable, and now I have to get the motherboard out once more to put the cable in and then screwing it all down once again. So if you do repairs like this, don't be silly like me and be a little bit more concentrated when you work. That's all. Bye. It seems like I have just forgot another screw. The screw I've told you before not to forget. That one, I forgot it. Tell you what, I missed the mark again. Because I need to get the hinge out right here. Push it really hard. Oh, okay. Let's push this one right in. Did it hold in place? So now the hinge seems to work. Then we put the cover on. What's the right way to go about this? That way. And in with all the buttons. Battery fits right in, because if you don't paint too much layers on your shell like on this one, it fits right in like intended. Who would have thought? Okay, so last step is putting on that one. now for the big moment. Does Golden Sun work? Yes, it does. There we go. So, and here it is. This is the Game Boy Advance from my childhood, reshelled and taken back to mint condition and in workable condition. It actually turns on when I switch the flip, not like before. Alright, overall I'm quite happy with the quality of the shell, but it's not the greatest paint job. I think it's out of a Chinese factory and there are still some issues, and I know that some of these parts are really complex to manufacture and get right, like the feel, like on the original, but well, that's what you get for like 15 to 20 euros, and I'm quite happy with it, so there is no complaint there. I hope you enjoyed this little video fixing my terrible mistake I made a few years ago, and now I can enjoy my Game Boy Advance games and play them like they should be played on a Game Boy Advance SP. So I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'm Paul, this is my little mod shop, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.